Hey everyone, thought I would just do a really informal video this week just to say a huge thank you to all of you who are working so incredibly hard, both those of you who are in essential services, developmental services, working in hospitals, public health, and other aspects that are caring for people right now. And many of you are self-isolating away from your families so that you can protect their health and well-being as well as your patients and those you serve. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. And please know thousands and thousands of Canadians, North Americans around the globe, in fact, are just so grateful for what you're doing. The other shout out I want to give is to all of those who are the unsung heroes, our grocery store clerks, our folks who are keeping the mail going. We get water delivered here to our house and you have not stopped delivering. I mean, the number of folks is endless. And in fact, I hope that you use the comment section below to talk about all of the professional groups that you have realized are so important that keep our society and our economy and frankly our hope going in difficult times like during our corona pandemic. I want to give also a shout out to all of you leaders and staff who are quickly adjusting to working from home. It's not easy, for one thing, when you're not used to that and you're not able to necessarily see your colleagues. I love the really funny message that went out on Facebook that said, introverts, reach out to your extroverts. They're dying at home, So, definitely for us who are used to collaborating and seeing people and being able to keep our energy level and our collaboration high when we're not seeing people, it can be really challenging. And then add to that we're not prepared. I mean, I have a home office because that's what I do when I'm not traveling on the road speaking, but many of you don't have that set up and you're quickly adjusting and finding the best way forward. Not to mention the fact that many of you are doing that with kids at home, which is not easy. So want to give a shout out to you and the patience of your children. And just as a side note for all of you working parents, please don't be hard on yourself right now. You've got a lot of work that you're trying to do. You're doing things that perhaps you wouldn't normally be doing in your day-to-day job, and you're somehow picking it up. You're pitching in, you're finding new ways of working, and it's not easy when your kids every 20 minutes want a snack and you feel guilty because all of a sudden there's new courses going online and you're guilty they're on their devices and maybe that they ate Cheerios yet again as a meal. It's hard. I get it. It's hard. And you're doing the best you can. And these are uncertain. These are temporary times. You don't have to be the perfect parent right now. You don't have to have your entire home office, new way of working, figured out right out off the bat. I also want to give a shout out to all the people in education who are trying so hard to figure out how do we keep our education system going when a lot of us are not prepared. We're going to learn a lot about virtual working, virtual education, or look to people who are very far ahead and see how they've done it because they are able to quickly just figure out how to offer classes online, how to offer meetings online, and so forth. If your organization was not prepared and ready for that, don't feel guilty because we couldn't have predicted this. A month ago, there's no way I would have thought that I'd be doing this video for all of you. So for those of you in education, my husband's a teacher. He's quickly trying to figure out how can I still keep teaching and educating from my home, trying to stay connected to my students. You're doing the best you can. Thank you for looking at alternate technologies. And I guess one other group that I want to take a moment to say thank you to and let us all show some huge love and appreciation for, and that's our industries that are suffering that help us to keep growing and developing as professionals, our event and meeting planners, our associations, the travel industry that gets us to and from all of the different places we need to be, our hotel and hospitality sector. These are folks who are really suffering right now. Certainly local businesses, please support them, buy gift certificates, share them information, write Google reviews for them and Yelp reviews so that once the business opens up again, they can keep going. And also, as best as you can, and I know that these are difficult sometimes situations to navigate, try your best to be understanding of our hospitality sector, our travel industry, because we want to make sure that they are still in business at the other end of this crisis. And that's very challenging when we have millions of people who are not staying in hotels or on airplanes. And you know, it's very challenging. I can only imagine how hard it is making the decisions about laying great people off, people that you've invested a lot of time and money and energy into their growth and their development and getting them onboarded and ready. It's very, very hard to lay off people. And we want and we need our industries to be able to keep going and be functioning on the other end of this. So be patient if you can, be understanding, and just keep pouring in love and appreciation and gratitude and thank yous out there through social media. Pick up the phone, send texts, do as much social connection as you possibly can with businesses, with your neighbors, with your friends, with your family. I'm sure you're already doing that. And so I'm preaching to the converted. And as I say, it's just a quick message that I wanted to send to you all. Thank you for being as resourceful and resilient as you can in this particular moment in time. It is life-changing minute by minute. It is hard. It is uncertain. And I absolutely know we will get through this together. Here's one last suggestion of how you may be able to manage through this challenging time. I have a Facebook group, Great Happy People. It is filled with people who are feeding in love and hope and ideas and resources to each other. And you are welcome if you're not already a part of that community. I think you'll find that community to be nurturing and hope-filling and supportive. Certainly all the recognition ideas I possibly can be sharing with that group I'm active in that group every single day. So if you're not already a member, would love to have you in that community of rock stars. There's almost 2,500 of us from around the world, and I think you'll find it to be a really connective place. Let's use social media as a wonderful tool as we're isolated and virtually separated. Let's let it bring us together. My friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. If there's anything I can do for you at this particular point in time, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I answer my own emails, so you will get me on the other end of that message if you reach out to me at sarah@greatnessmagnified.com. Thank you. Be safe. Make good, safe choices, and take care.